So we've had a bit of swarming around in the last few weeks, and every now and then I just go out in the backyard and lift the lid on these and have a look in them like this. And I looked in these the other day and they seemed a bit low on bee numbers, but so I was a bit curious whether they'd swarmed, but looking at them now they seem like there's plenty of bees there, but I do need to just do an inspection and just check that they're not making swarm cells or anything like that, and to just see how they're going. So I just give them a bit of smoke. So this front comb here hasn't got the sidebars on it, so it's a bit attached. So I decide just to leave it there. Take out this second one. It's mainly open brood there. It's recently emerged and it's been relayed. Some young brood in there. Now I had a comment on one of my videos that the bees are just going to attach the sidebars to the box, which is true. This one is doing that, exactly doing that. So it does make them a bit tricky to get out. But once you get them moving, they come out, and you can see how they've attached these quite nicely to the wooden sidebars, and it makes them nice to handle the combs once I've got them out. Just takes a bit of effort to get them moving. But it's all about experimenting, and it's just something I need to figure out how to manage. And see, that's nicely attached all the way down the sides. Just sped this up a bit. I'm mainly curious to see what they've done with the two black plastic combs. All these combs are pretty much the same. They're just sort of mixed brood with a bit of a band of honey up the top. Now we do get to see the queen later in this inspection, so hang around if you want to see the queen. So this is the black plastic I put in here last time, which is about 3 weeks ago, and you can see there capped brood and capped honey. So they got on there straight away and drew it out, and the queen got straight in and laid it, and now it's brood almost pretty much ready to emerge, and a decent band of honey along the top. This is the slightly older plastic frame. And once again there, a nice solid block of capped brood down the bottom there, and a fairly wide band of honey along the top for some reason. There's the queen there. Just a little black queen. So some reason the black queens, they just don't grow as big as the golden ones. I can't really explain why. They just, I graft them and everything the same way, they just don't grow as big. But she's doing a good job anyway in here. See a nice solid little block of brood there. See, a lot of those other brood frames in the front half of the box, the brood looks a bit patchy, but when the queen's got an opportunity to lay a nice solid pattern, she does. It's just once a brood comb gets patchy, then it sort of stays patchy then, because all she does is wander along and refill any gaps that emerge. But I reckon she's doing a pretty good job, and yeah, there's no sign of swarming here, so that's a relief. It's the main thing I was checking for. So I'm just slotting these combs back down into their frame rests. Just trying to get the combs nice and vertical. So I'm happy with that. There's plenty of little frames of brood there if I want to use some to do a splitter or something like that. So I'll have a look at another one now. And I've found a little hitchhiker on the back of this one. So the back of the box was just sitting, touching the fence. There's a little spider web at the back. Give them a bit of smoke in the entrance. So I'm sort of assessing these whether I can pinch a few combs of brood. I can make up some splits then. I've got some queen cells that I've grafted that are nearly ready to go, so I might pinch a few frames of brood out of here and make a couple of splits. This is a little comb they've built over the last couple of weeks. There is a few eggs in it, but it's pretty dry. They're not really doing much with it. There is a bit of a nectar flow on here, but it's not a real heavy flow, so haven't got anything in that new comb really yet. Just a bit of open brood and that there, bit of pollen. This hive hasn't attached the sidebars to the wall nearly as badly as that last one. In fact, it hasn't even attached them to the combs in some cases, like this. I'm just squeezing those sidebars in a little bit so they're more likely to attach them to the comb. Another frame of just mainly open brood. Now this one here is a frame mainly all pollen. Quite a bit of pollen in this one, which is funny because I put that right in the middle of their brood nest. Or perhaps I put it there last time, can't remember, but usually it's towards the edge of the brood nest. I'll just set that one aside for now. So here are these plastic ones. So they've drawn that out nicely, and it's mainly open brood, so there's been a round of brood through there already, and they're back with a second round of brood. I think this is the older of the two plastic ones. They haven't quite attached that sidebar furthest from the view here. So this would be the newer one here. And yeah, it's all capped brood, so that would work out with the timeline of when it was put in there. Sort of capped brood, and there's a few eggs around the outside. You can see that fresh honey there too, towards the top. So there is a bit of honey coming in, just not a huge excess, just enough for them to breed on. Nice frame of brood. So we haven't seen the queen yet. Hopefully haven't missed her. Just carefully putting this one back in. Sometimes you get a few bees on the sidebar. You need to get them out of the way as you put it back in. So you can see the queen there, just another little black queen. Quite hard to see. They're only a bit bigger than a worker. But once again, she's doing a pretty good job. I'm curious about this one at the back. I put it back here. I thought they might just fill it with honey. But they have maintained it as a brood frame. There's still another round of brood there, so all the combs are pretty much the same. They're a band of honey at the top and brood down the bottom 2/3. So there's plenty of little frames of brood here if I want to take some out for a split. I want to make up a few more 6-framers to mate a few more queens. Just need to check my grafting and see how many queens I've got, how many queen cells I've got. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon.